What's up, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I turned my car off, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Good morning, y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. I just wanted to come on in here and kick off this vlog for today. And so, just by saying, this weekend, y'all, was just completely crazy. It was just completely crazy. So the weekend started off pretty well. It's Monday now. Today's Monday. But the weekend started off pretty well. Me and the family just chilling in the house and everything like that. Watching movies, and we was getting ready to put up the Christmas decorations. My plan was for us to deep clean the house, the bathrooms and everything, even like switch around the furniture and stuff like that. And then do some Christmas decorations or whatever. And it went south really fast. So I realized I had some schoolwork to do, a group project to do. You guys already know for those of you who don't know, I'm in graduate school. I'm getting a social work degree. This is my last year. I'm actually down to like my last little bitty 6 months or so. I'm down to like the final end of it. And, it doesn't come without trial. It doesn't come without issues. And I found out very, very, very early on, a year ago or so, that when you had to work with groups, it can get real sticky because not everybody's going to have the same work ethic as you. Not everybody's going to have the same abilities as you. It's like a melting pot of different personalities, different decision makings and things like that. And so issues can arise and often do arise in a group setting. And I found that out a while back. And so basically I started having this past weekend having issues again in the group. And I don't know what it is, but for some reason when I'm in a group, you know what I'm saying, every group, most of the time, everything is going okay. But every now and again, it's like when we're in the group chat, every now and again, I get thrown under the bus. You know what I'm saying? So come to find out, 3 people were in the group talking behind my back. It's about 7 of us. 3 people chose to go behind my back and talk about me and stuff and say certain stuff about me, and then try to bring up the problems or whatever they wanted to address with me, tried to bring it up in the group chat amongst everyone, and basically gang up on me and everything like that. And it all started because we all had our own specific task or role to do in the group, right? So I'm doing my task, I'm doing my job or whatever. I get mine done first, so everybody is able to look at mine and see what it looks like and everything like that. And so the one person who's kind of taking like the leadership position in the group, he's like, like the overseer or whatever is what it seems like to me. He's not really doing any of the information. He's just bringing everything together because he's gifted in like creating the presentations or whatever. He's gifted in that area. So that's his job. His job is not actually to do research, but I was one of the researchers or whatever. And so he had came up because every now and again, because for some reason he be flip-flopping. He'll take on a role or a position and be like, yeah, I'll do that. And then later on, I don't know, he gets stressed out. I don't know what happens. And he'll go back on it and be like, well, I don't know if I could really do this, or I don't know if I could really do that. It's almost like he needs a pat on his back every time to get stuff done. So I'm freaking out at this point because I know this coming Thursday that we got to present. So I'm like, man, if he hasn't done this part, then maybe I should just step up and try to help. So that's what I did in the group chat. I was like, well, if I could step up and help, I could create yada yada yada, boom boom boom. And so that's what I did. And it seemed like everybody was on board. He said okay. He agreed to it. He acted like everything was okay. But then maybe later on, when he looked at it, maybe he didn't like the way it looked. Maybe he felt like he could do better. Because when certain people, when they're gifted in certain areas, they gonna look at something that somebody else is doing that they should have been doing and critique and be like, well, I would have did it this way. I would have did it that way. So he felt some type of way all of a sudden. So he took it up on himself to go behind my back, talk to 2 other group members members to try to get their support, and then soon as you know, all three of them is critiquing the work that I did to basically try to have some kind of proof or whatever that I should get a roll back to him, which I never had a problem with it in the first place, which it was a prezi, which is just a presentation that looks like a map or whatever. And so it was, and so, you know, all of these problems start coming. It's like, it seemed like he mentioned something, he mentioned some issues, instead of just coming to me and saying, Donicha, you know what? I appreciate you doing this, but I really want to take this back because I have a vision for it, yada, yada, yada. No, he didn't do that. He wanted to play some high school, wanted to act like a high schooler or a young, immature, and go behind my back and talk amongst with them and say all this stuff about me. You know what I'm saying? And that was crazy to me. So I was completely pissed off on Saturday. I was upset, and I said, wow, what a way to end my evening. I said, it ain't nothing but the devil, because I understand that we in a group, and it's too late. It's too late in the quarter for me to be like, well, I don't want to be in this group, I'm gonna go here. And that's not what the instructors like. They don't like to see you try to leave the group or not work through your issues. They want you to work through your issues. So all three of them basically is critiquing me and this and that, and I'm the only one that has any finished work. I'm the only one in the entire group that has done what I was supposed to do on the date it was supposed to be done. They haven't even added their information yet, but I'm the one getting critiqued as if they're the instructor, as if they are the ones grading me. You know what I'm saying? And it really rubbed me the wrong way. And so, you know me, I'm not finna hold my tongue. And that's another thing. If you are in the same position, you got to understand, you have a responsibility in college. You have a responsibility because you are paying this money. Even if you are on student loans, even if you are on a scholarship, this is your degree. This is your life. You know what I'm saying? You want to think of it as your home. You want to think of it as your personal belongings, your purse, your wallet. Like, this is your personal belongings. Don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody play with you whatsoever. Like, stand up for your degree. Stand up for what is right to you. You know what I'm saying? And so I stood up. I'm like, listen, I don't, because he tried to come at me and talk about some, because, you know, I'm getting upset, and I'm like, you know what? I don't understand. I said, what you're saying is wrong, because my information is correct. All of this, everything that I've done is correct. And I was like, where's your work at? I don't see any of your work. You haven't done nothing. All you're doing is talking, but you're not doing any work. All you're doing is bringing everything together. So I don't understand for the simple fact why you even talking to me. You know, I don't understand your issue. And then the other people, I said, okay, so it seems like y'all the ones that are playing high schooler, because they're, you know, he getting upset talking about, well, I don't want to be in high school drama. But wait a minute, but you went behind my back, and all three y'all went behind my back to talk about me, instead of, if you felt some type of way, coming to me privately. But you went behind me privately, talked amongst yourself, figured out a way to try to gang up on me, and then you came back amongst all the other group members to try to say this and say that. Is that not high school? So I'm letting them have it in the comments. I'm letting them have it. I'm like, nah. I'm like, don't try to tell me how to feel after you didn't did all of this. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, you know what? I'll talk to the instructor myself. Cause our instructor is so cool. She's so cool, y'all, that she lets us text her and everything. So I said, I'll talk to her myself, figure out if my information is going to be substantial or good evidence for the project. And then I'll move forward from there. So I showed her, and then I even showed her a few text messages of what was said, as far as the person saying that my information wasn't right or whatever. So I'm asking, like, honest question. I'm asking the instructor. I'm asking her, like, is what he's saying is true? Is my information not right? And she's like, no, it's fine. She's like, it's base level. I feel like you could add this, and this, but no, this information is good. So he was trying to tell me that what I had wasn't good whatsoever, that what I had should have not even been added. And then another person was trying to tell me the same thing, trying to basically get smart with me, you know, and make me feel like I'm dumb or something, talking about some, oh, well, you can, well, if you need help, if you need help, maybe we should go over the assignment. I could call you and we could go over the assignment again. Or I could help you and show you how to manually look up this, and that, and the third. And I'm just like, girl, please, are you serious right now? Who do you think you are talking to? I am not a third grader. I do not need nobody to hold my hand. I don't have no problem doing anything that I'm doing, right? But like I said, all of this started because I was the first one that had my information done, right? And the only one that had my information done, and everybody else was supposed to have theirs done at the same time on Saturday. Nobody else had it done but me. So first of all, I'm the first one that had my information done. Secondly, I stepped up when the other guy got stressed out and didn't want to do it, and he didn't like that. So I'm being bullied because of those situations, basically. They're upset and pissed off because of that. So now they want to critique my information. And I'm like, no, absolutely, this is not how it's getting ready to go down. So that's how Saturday went. And then Sunday, I was so happy because my instructor, she finally texted me back, and she was like, yeah, your information is fine. I would add, such and such. And I said, cool. And she was like, should we do, I could meet with you on Monday. So hopefully we're going to meet today. And she was like, would you be okay if the group members are there? I said, yeah, I feel like they should be there because we need to have a discussion and talk about how it's not okay to talk about people behind their back. It's not okay to gang up on people. It's not okay to think you are the instructor and try to criticize and critique somebody's work. If you have an issue with anything that somebody else is, because it's a group project. So I understand that what I write does not affect you, because she even said in the beginning of the class that we all are still, she's looking at us individually. She's looking at all of us, even though it's a group project, she's looking at who did what and who wrote what. And so we're all going to be graded individually. We're not all graded the same or equal. So that being said, we need to have a discussion about what's the proper way to approach somebody if you feel like their information is not accurate or substantial. We need to have that conversation, because it's not okay for you to go blast somebody in the group amongst everybody else. That's just wrong, because what it does is it puts fear in other honest group members, and it puts fear in them to where when they put their information in there, they feel like, oh, am I going to be the next one judged? Am I going to be the next one critiqued? Wait a minute, hold up. Who died and made you the instructor? You're a student just like I'm a student. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with giving corrective criticism. There's nothing wrong with trying to make the presentation better. But if you have something you want to say specifically about a person's presentation or what they offering, you go to them directly. You could have texted me directly and said, whatever. But you chose to be act like a child and immature. And if we gonna move forward, because we got like 2 or 3 more assignments due in this class, if we gonna move forward, we need to lay that foundation right now. So for anybody that is in college or whatever, I would just say to always stick up for yourself. Don't let nobody bully you. Don't let nobody walk all over you. And even if you work, even at your job, you know what I'm saying? Because issues are going to arise. You got different personalities. Some of these people are filled with demons. Some of these people are battling with their own insecurities and things like that. And hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And as a Christian, God has called us to be a light in dark places. And so you don't shut your mouth and let people walk all over you and say whatever. No, you stick up for yourself, because when you stick up for yourself, you sticking up for the Lord. You sticking up for what's right. You sticking up for the gospel. There's a way to approach somebody. There's a way to say things. There's a way to convey or come across to people. And if you are coming across to people disrespectful, it's not going to do nothing but cause more problems. And so I'm happy that we get to meet, because then we can have that understanding. Like, wait a minute, like, that's not how you address no problem. That's not how you address no concern. That's not how you do it. If you got a personal concern with somebody, you go directly to that person. You don't bring it amongst the entire group. You know what I'm saying? And cause problems so that other people start feeling some type of way. And I feel bad, because one of the other guys, when he finished his part, you could tell he was kind of insecure about it. He's like going in the group chat talking about did everything I do? Did I do everything right? Asking like he's like he's a child or something. Like, no, like don't let nobody make you feel low, make you feel like a child. These are your group members. This person ain't ain't don't have no authority over you. So like I'm so happy that my instructor got back to me, because I'm like, okay, if what she says, that's who I'm gonna listen to, that's who I'm gonna respond to. It's not going to be you. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like your information can't be helpful, but I'm definitely gonna follow up with her to make sure that what you're saying is correct, and come to find out what you were saying was wrong. What you were saying was built on whatever you felt. It was built on your emotions. It had nothing you said came from a good place. It came from a place of evilness and emotions. You were emotions. It was not any of what they were saying, none of it was constructive. It all was built on how they felt personally about me, because I chose to step up and tried to help, and they didn't like it. So I said, okay, from now on, I'm not gonna try to help. If somebody else is if one of them, if they feel like they can't get their project done or their part done, or they stressed out and they need help, it won't be me helping, because now I know when I try to insert myself to help, it's gonna be judged. It's gonna be skewed. There's gonna be an issue. So fine, that's fine with me. So yeah, y'all, that's the weekend that I had. I didn't get to put any of my Christmas decorations up because of it. Because here I am, I'm like, okay, I need to go over my information again. I need to make sure my stuff is great, is good, because when I stand up before a class, baby, I'm going to come off on top every time. I'm going to make sure all my stuff is correct. I'm going to make sure all my stuff makes sense. I'm going to make sure I got my stuff in order. I'm a child of order. I don't do all of this over here and all of this over there. All my stuff got to be in order, period. All my stuff got to be factual. All my stuff got to make sense. So that's what I was doing Saturday and Sunday, just sitting at the computer all freaking day, stepping away just to eat or check on the kids and stuff like that. But I was glued to that computer, making sure all my information was correct, because you ain't going to be able to say, you will never be able to say nothing about me. And if you do, it's because you don't like me. It's because you don't like me and you feel some type of way, which is fine by me. You ain't got to like me. But baby, I'm going to get my 4.0 every single time. I make sure that all my stuff is right. And so, yeah, we supposed to have a meeting or whatever. We supposed to have a meeting or whatever later on. But yeah, I just want to say that, like, don't let nobody play with you. Like, don't even there's a way to speak, there's a way to do something, there's a time, there's a setting. You want to make sure that you're not all in your feelings and in your emotions as well, but don't let people play with you. I don't care who it is. I mean, even at my job, my internship, homeboy was trying to play with me there like a few weeks back, talking slick off at the mouth. He liked to pick on people. And I said, listen, I ain't the one. You're not finna come up. You're not finna pick on me. He gonna ask me what was my motivation for wanting to become a social worker. I said the Lord. I said Jesus Christ. And he said Jesus Christ. And then he started going off at the mouth, telling me, oh, telling me what Jesus is not and what Jesus is in the Bible. Basically trying to argue with me about the Bible. And I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, we not here for that. I'm not here to debate my Christianity, first of all. So we're going to shut that down right now. I have nothing else to say about it. So now he feeling some type of way because I shut him down. Yeah, because who do you think you are? You're not about my Christianity, and my relationship with Christ is not up for debate. I didn't come here to debate you on what I believe. That is not what I came here for. I simply said that the Lord was my motivation for me going into social work. It had nothing to do with money. And so if you don't like that answer, then you don't like that answer. But don't sit up in here and discredit me, because if I had said that my motivation was Buddha, if I had said my motivation was Allah, you wouldn't have had nothing to say. But anytime it had anything to do with the Lord, anytime Jesus is inserted, then you have an issue. Y'all, I'm telling you, sometimes you work with a bunch of demons. Sometimes you work with people that are literally struggling. Their soul is afflicted and full of demons. You hear me? Full of demons. And so you as a Christian, you the light in dark places. Don't let people play with you. Don't let people play on your name. Don't let people play with the Lord, period. Shut them down, because they don't have a heaven or hell to throw you in, just like you don't have a heaven or hell to throw them in. But most importantly, you are the salt of the earth. You savor the earth. You are a light in dark places, and God gonna always make sure that you come out on top. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make sure that he show his favor and grace grace and mercy. And so don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in these places. If you are a Christian, stand up for it. Let them know, hey, I'm Christian. Let them know, hey, I believe in the Lord, and I'm not gonna be pushed under the table for it. I'm not gonna let you talk about my belief as if yours is something greater than mine. Absolutely not. If I'm not talking about you, I gave you the freedom to believe what you wanted to believe. I didn't say nothing when you came in here acting like the demon that you are. I didn't say nothing about it. I didn't say nothing when you cussing, you saying all these cuss words, throwing it out here. I never say nothing to nobody about it. But the minute you ask me a question and I bring up Jesus, now it's a full-on debate. Come on, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. And I'm telling y'all, I've been going through hell. Hell, I'm telling you, ever since what summer quarter started, because with the other professor, she tried to play with me too at first. But what I'm basically trying to say is that you're going to go through trials. You're going to go through tribulations. You're going to have people in situations that people who say things about you in situations that arise. But it don't matter. None of that stuff matter. You're going to always have to go through something. What I'm trying to say is stand your ground. Don't let nobody push you underneath no rug. Don't let nobody punk you. Don't let nobody treat you like you not nothing. You stand up for what you believe in. You understand that God got your back. And if he is for you, it don't matter who is against you. They can't do nothing to you. They can't take nothing from you that God gave to you, because God will cause your enemies to bless you. God will make your enemies your footstool. So when you walk up in these jobs, when you walk up in these schools, you walk up with your head held high. You walk up like a king, walk up in there as like royalty, like you are a part of the priesthood, a kingdom priesthood, because you are a child of God. So you hold your head up, you push your shoulders back, and you be who God has called you to be. You don't be timid, you don't be shy, you don't be shrinking under a rug and acting like your opinion don't matter, or that you don't have a voice. You have a voice, and it's bigger and it's greater than anything could ever that anyone or anything could ever imagine, because it is filled with the anointing and the glory of the Holy Ghost. So therefore, stand your ground. It's all I'm trying to say. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Problems will arise, issues will arise, but stand your ground. Do not go down. Do not fall. Do not fumble or whatever. And so, my feelings was hurt or whatever. So I had to pray about it. I had to cry about it a little bit. And I said, Lord, I give it to you. And I said, Lord, cause me to show me favor in this situation, God. I said, Lord, show me favor. Make things work out for my good, because you said it in your word that all situations, no matter what it is, all things will work out for the good of those who love the Lord. So everything is going to always work out for my good. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what the situation look like. It don't matter what I'm going through. Lord, you said all things are going to work out for my good. So Lord, all things are going to work out for the good of those who love the Lord. Therefore, Lord, make all things work out according to your word. Make all things good. He makes all things good in our lives. It doesn't matter what you go through. So I'm grateful for the situations and the problems that arise, because guess what? It teaches me how to work with people. It teaches me how to not back down. It teaches me how to forgive as well, because you got to forgive these people. You got to be able to work in dark places, because we are thrown. God puts us in these places. He don't put us in the place where nobody need help, where nobody need healing, where nobody needs saving, where there's no chaos. No, God will put you in the trenches, because he's building something in you. He's building your character. He's building you up. He's raising you up. He's teaching you how to become a warrior, how to become a soldier on the battlefields. That way, when you really have to stand your ground, you will not be knocked down. So I thank God for what I'm going through. But all I'm saying is, in all of it, don't have no fear. Don't have no anxiety. Don't have all of those things. You start feeling fear. You start feeling anxiety. Take all of it and command those emotions to leave your body, leave your soul, and leave your mind, and walk in the authority that Christ has given you. Because as a child of God, you get favor, you get mercy, and sometimes you are wrong. Sometimes the way we do things or we come off, sometimes it's not even right. But as a child of God, the Lord shows us mercy. The Lord shows us favor. He allows situations that should have turned for our bad to work out for our good. So all I'm trying to say is in everything, it doesn't matter what you're going through, you have to always know the heart posture that you carry, and you have to always have in mind that it doesn't matter. This situation shall and will, and in fact, I command it to work out for my good, because I am a daughter, I am a son of the Most High God, and that's all that matters, y'all. And yes, I didn't plan on starting this vlog off like this completely, and I didn't know I was going to be up here for this long, but I'm going to just go ahead and leave this here as a whole video, because I'm not trying to have no whole hour, 2-hour vlog, and we'll do something on the other one. But that's all I wanted to say. This is a real talk that I came at y'all with, and I hope this helps somebody that's been struggling. So guess what? I'm filled with the joy of the Lord. I have a little bit of stress, but I am filled with the joy of the Lord, because he gonna always make sure that I come out on top. So it don't matter what it is. It don't matter what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, what the situation looks like. You might have to suffer for a little while, but baby, you better believe you gonna come off on top. And so I'll talk to y'all later. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'm finna go ahead and get into this Dollar Tree and get my and do what I was gonna do this weekend. Okay, I'll see y'all in a little bit. God bless you. Remember, stand your ground. Don't let nobody push you under no rug, baby. You ain't no pushover.